Hey guys, Happy New Year, 2017. Can you believe it? And with the new year comes a new preview. So get ready for this preview of Tottenham versus Chelsea. This match is going to be played at Tottenham's home ground, White Hart Lane, and it's on the 4th of January. It's a really interesting match because the Premier League, the rest of the teams in the Premier League are begging for Tottenham to beat Chelsea. So it really does hold a lot of significance. But I mean, I've got to preview it, so who knows? It may not be what everyone expects. So Tottenham, Tottenham, they have been a good customer for the Premier League this season because they attack ruthlessly, they defend very well, their spine is really strong. So I mean I'm really impressed by Tottenham this season. However, however, Chelsea, they were the people that infamously ended Tottenham's title challenge on the 2nd of May last year in the Battle of the Bridge. I was watching the game that night. That was one heck of a game. Every 5 minutes, there'll be another square off or something. And at the end of the match, when it was 2-2 and referee had blown the whistle, the players couldn't even get in because they were still fighting over it. There was an eye gouge, there was a stamp, there were like three square offs, and both of the teams got fined heavily for it. And Musa Dembele of Tottenham got a 6 game ban for that. So that was a dirty game. But, it won't be, I'm pretty sure it won't be as dirty because those are one in a million. However, Chelsea and Tottenham are not good mates. And, Tottenham will be very bitter towards Chelsea for number one, ending their title challenge in May, and number two, ending their unbeaten run this season. In the reverse fixture, Chelsea beat Tottenham 2-1, coming from behind after Christian Eriksen had struck early in the first half, but Pedro and Victor Moses scored for Chelsea to win them the game. Okay, now the two managers. These are two managers that I quite like, but I like one more than the other. Mauricio Pochettino he's a good manager. I have to say that, but I don't like the way his teams play. I mean, it's one thing to be strong, but there's another different thing. There's being strong and being good tacklers, but then there's a different thing called rough. Tottenham are rough, very very rough. You know, so the tackles they make are very very bad. And to be fair, last season they were much more robust than they are this season, but they still are mostly the same. However, I do love the spine that Mauricio Pochettino has assembled at Tottenham. Hugo Lloris in goal, Toby Alderweireld, and Jan Vertonghen at the centre of defence, Musa Dembele and Victor Wanyama in the centre of midfield, Christian Eriksen in the centre of attacking midfield, and then Harry Kane right at the tip. Oof, this is a really really good spine. And once in a while, Christian Eriksen and Dele Alli can switch around. So good spine. But the best spine in the league is definitely Chelsea's. Antonio Conte. Well, 24th of September 2016 at the Emirates, losing 3-0 to Arsenal, half time. Antonio Conte makes a change of personnel and a change of formation. That change has rocked the Premier League. They still lost the game and it was still a pretty disgraceful defeat. But since then, they have won 13 games in a row. My lord, seriously, 13 games in a row. I mean, they're one off breaking a record and one off equaling a record. If they beat Tottenham, then they'll have the record for the most consecutive wins in a season. And if they beat Tottenham, they'll also equal the record for the most consecutive wins, not just in a season, but over the course of maybe interacting over 2 seasons. And both of those records are held by Arsenal. So breaking records doesn't seem too hard for Chelsea at the moment. But that spine, getting back to that spine of Chelsea's, I mean, you've got Thibaut Courtois in goal, you've got David Luiz at the center of defense, then you've got N'Golo Kante and Nemanja Matic in midfield, and then you've got Diego Costa. Wow, what a spine! That is definitely the strongest spine in the Premier League. There's absolutely no doubt about that. So I think I'm just going to end that conversation. So the battles are going to be pretty interesting, and this is a battles that I'm going to enjoy doing. So instead, these are going to be position battles, not pitch opposition battles. So goalkeeper. This is between Thibaut Courtois and Hugo Lloris. These are amongst the top five goalkeepers in the Premier League. Uh, they are exceptional goalkeepers. Hugo Lloris has an exceptional reach, and so does Thibaut Courtois. But for this one, these are two reliable goalkeepers. It's hard to pick one, but I'm going to go with Hugo Lloris because Hugo Lloris is harder to beat. But Thibaut Courtois has really recovered from his shameful season last season. But for this one, I'm going for Hugo Lloris. Now, defense. David Luiz versus Toby Alderweireld. Toby Alderweireld, in my opinion, on his day, is the best defender in the Premier League, joint with Laurent Koscielny of Arsenal. So I mean, that's already my answer. But I do need to talk about David Luiz. My goodness. I mean, when I first bought him, I was happy because I thought, Chelsea would concede a load of goals. How wrong was I? Very wrong indeed. David Luiz has actually turned into a defender. I mean, I actually love watching him play. His attacking is really good, but he has actually learned how to defend. But however, I don't think he's been really tested yet. So that's why Toby Alderweireld wins this battle because he's strong. I mean, reliable. There's no nothing of the unexpected from him. So Toby Alderweireld wins this battle. Now, two midfield battles. The first one is between Victor Wanyama and N'Golo Kante. These two. These are two hex of players. They really are. Because Victor Wanyama is really bulky. You don't get past him. And N'Golo Kante, not really stocky. Doesn't have a stocky frame, but he does run a lot, and he works very hard. So based on the qualities that both of these players have, I'm gonna have to go with N'Golo Kante just because he he is the one that can make a team tick. Victor Wanyama, not so much, but N'Golo Kante defends, passes, even gets the odd goal. So that's why I pick N'Golo Kante. Now, my final midfield battle is between Dele Alli and Cesc Fabregas. Cesc Fabregas has had an unbelievable resurrection under Antonio Conte. But, Dele Alli, he is one of my favorite players because Dele Alli, he's young, he scores, he passes, he tackles. He's got hot, that bit of hot-headedness in him. You know, every every world class, every midfielder that has gone on to make the grade, they have that bit of hot-headedness. Patrick Vieira, Zinedine Zidane, Roy Keane. You can't be too calm. You need to have a bit of hot-headedness to be very good as a midfielder. So he has it, and he's very good because of it. But he's also very graceful, and he said himself that he's a mix of Yaya Toure and Steven Gerrard, which not many people would disagree with, and I don't disagree with it. In this battle, though, I'm gonna go. No, I'm gonna go with my gut, and I'm gonna go with Dele Alli because Dele Alli is is all round. Says Fabregas, not really. So that's my reasoning. Now, the best battle of all, two of the best strikers in the Premier League. Two strikers that are absolutely lethal when on form and are lethal right now. Harry Kane and Diego Costa. Harry Kane, well, he's one of the most lethal strikers I've ever seen in the Premier League, especially not only North London derbies, but London derbies. you know. But he seems to relish that North London derby against Arsenal. He's scored every time I've seen him play against Arsenal, so he seems to relish it, and also playing against other London rivals. He scored a few times against Chelsea. He scored about 3 times against Chelsea in his career. So he enjoys playing against Chelsea too. But Diego Costa is definitely my pick for this one because Diego Costa right now he is the best striker in the Premier League by a million miles because he he always scores and he always finds a way to score. He's got that hunger to score and he wants to score no matter what. And I like that in strikers. So Diego Costa wins this one. But overall, it's 3-2 to Tottenham in terms of the battles. So that's interesting. Right. So the winner, I think I think Tottenham will edge this one. I don't think Chelsea will win. There might be a draw, but I think Tottenham will edge it. 2-1 maybe. You know, not just because I want Tottenham to lose, not just because I want Chelsea to lose, sorry, for the rest of the Premier League, but you know, I think Tottenham will win this one. But they've just got to be smart because Chelsea are really good at making teams lose their heads, so they've just got to be smart about it. All right. I hope you've enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching and see you next time. Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.